Hey man, what are you doing? Oh, nothing much, bro. Just started a new episode of this anime I recently picked up. You wanna watch along? Yeah, sure, man. Thanks. Oh, I know this one. The opening of this one is so sick. You're gonna love it so much.
And
It's so
skip this
cool.
one.
And did you just fucking skip the I almost never skip openings or endings. Just when they're really shit. And the endings sometimes because I'm not completely clinically insane and still need time to touch grass sometimes. However, the point is, oftentimes I don't skip them. All of you opening skippers are probably going crazy right now over what I just said. And yes, there are also openings and endings that are ass. And I mean ass in my own personal opinion, since my taste is of course different than someone else's, but even the openings you or me think are bad can fulfill the points I'm gonna mention in this video. Obviously, openings and endings can have a lot of impact on a series. There's a reason why there are so many memes on how the opening of a show gets you hyped as fuck and ready for the episode, and then the episode ends, the ending starts playing, and you're just sitting there like, why am I sad now? Why does this episode have to end like this? Why am I even exist? Of course, on a surface level, it's a common thing to play an intro at the start of a show to signalize it's really starting, and an outro to signalize the episode is ending, and also to show off the credits and stuff. And naturally, it's a marketing strategy to get you hyped at the beginning, to keep you excited and to keep you watching, and making you sad at the end of an episode so you don't want it to stop or even want to watch another episode. Trust me, I do YouTube. I know that strategy. And to be fair, it's a really good strategy, otherwise there wouldn't be so many memes about it, and there wouldn't be nearly as much YouTubers doing the over-editing at the beginning of their videos to hook you in. However, aside from being a good marketing strategy, there are also a lot of other reasons why they can have an impact on a series. And of course, it doesn't always have to be a hype opening and sad ending to make it work. Hunter x Hunter is a good example of having pretty hype endings in the first few arcs of the show, which many people consider more as openings than endings. Hyping you up at the end of your episode is another way of getting you to watch the next episode. But I believe the most important reason, and also the fundamental one for every other effect they can have on a show, is the familiarity you have with it and with the show because of it. Whether it's an ending or an opening, as long as you hear it in the episode, you will connect it to the show. After all, it represents the show and its themes. But moreover, it represents your feelings towards the show. Because the songs are for you alone. They are not for the story, nor for the characters in it. And the stronger your feelings are towards the show, the stronger the connection to its opening. And naturally, that deepens even further the more often you listen to it. If I would lose it all and maybe slip and fall a bit, then you'll probably immediately think of Attack on Titan just because of the words I just used, even though I literally just fallen down the stairs and can't get up. But I think you get the point. Since the rumbling is an opening that is so deeply connected with our perception of Attack on Titan, we immediately think of it when we listen to that song or even just hear some of the lyrics. And maybe not to this extent, but this connection of opening or ending to the show is present in every show. And from there it can have so many other effects that impact how strongly we bond with the show. They can not just get us hyped or make us sad or even cry. They can, for example, also make us appreciate other types of music we maybe wouldn't listen to otherwise. They can have exciting visuals that display the vibe and feel of the show. And they can interact with the series in a way that makes them more than just a song. The JoJo openings are a good example of that, since they change based on what happens in the show, and the Chainsaw Man opening is also a cool example, because it is a cute little homage to the mangaka's love of movies, with all the little movie references it has in it, which just goes to show that the openings are not just for marketing, but also have genuine care, love and effort paid into them. An opening can also be so culturally recognizable that they exceed the boundaries of just being an opening. At the same time, they can be incredible meme material, which also bonds us to the songs and the series even more in a way. Another way they connect us to the shows is by further amplifying some of the characters or themes. Sometimes the lyrics of an opening can be similar to a character's thoughts as if they themselves are singing that opening, which of course helps us connecting to that character even more since we believe we understand them more, even if it's just retelling what happens in the show. Or sometimes an ending can have, in theory, totally unrelated lyrics to the show, but reflect the exact same themes that show is about, just by the feeling you get from listening to it or by what the lyrics describe. And openings can represent those themes as well. They can also evoke extreme feelings of melancholy and nostalgia because it reminds you of how you felt watching the show and the connection you have with it or the opening or ending. Or maybe even just the lyrics. I don't know about you, but I could bond more to the lyrics of the first ending of classic Naruto than the character of Naruto. But that also brought me closer to Naruto. See what I mean? All of these points bond us to the characters, stories, and themes of a show with the help of its openings or endings. And this connection is also the reason why it just hits fucking different when the opening starts playing in the middle of an episode during a climactic moment, or when an ending starts before the episode is fully finished. But I'm talking more about the openings here. Since these scenes are a culmination of everything we work towards in a story, they reflect the journey we ourselves took through all of those episodes. Because we listened to them, or at least we're expected to in every episode, they accompanied us throughout the entire story and therefore represent and remind us of all the thoughts and feelings we had with it. That's why, for example, that final opening of Hunter x Hunter hits so hard. If you for some reason have not already experienced Hunter x Hunter, which you should, it's amazing, all you basically need to know is that the opening of Hunter x Hunter stubbornly refuses to change for all 150 fucking episodes. That might sound a bit boring, and sometimes it is, but it obviously insanely deepens your connection to that opening and the show. So when it plays for the final time in that last scene at the end in full length, you cannot help but sit there like and get reminded of all that has happened before. Yes, maybe you wished that the opening changed throughout the show once or twice, but when you listen to it in that one final scene, it was all absolutely worth it. This is why I never skip openings or endings. Because when I listen to them again, either in a climactic scene of the show or years after first experiencing it, all the feelings, all the hype, the sadness, the melancholy and the nostalgia comes rushing back to me in such a beautiful way only they can achieve. Because it's your connection, your bond to everything in the show, not just a character or a story section. Even if an opening sucks, it can still represent the feelings you have with that show. If I'd skip them, then I would miss out on all of that. They remind me of my personal journey I had with the story. And I'm sure they can do that for you as well. So maybe next time, think twice about skipping the opening or not. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as thanks for making it this far, here are some of my favorite openings and endings so you can make fun of my taste in the comments below. I would also greatly appreciate if you'd leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, blah blah, click the bell, blah, follow social media, blah, just the usual bullshit. Okay, thanks, bye.